Preface and Chapter 1 of Dooryard Stories. This is the LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Dooryard Stories by Clara Dillingham Pierson. Preface and Chapter 1 Silvertip. Preface. My dear little friends, these stories are of things which I have seen with my own eyes in my own yard, and the people of whom I write are my friends and near neighbors. Some of them, indeed, live under my roof, and Silvertip has long been a member of our family. So, you see, I have not had to do like some writers, sit down and think how to make the people act in their stories. These tales are of things which have really happened, and all I have done is to write them down for you. Many of them have been told over and over again to my own little boy, and because he never tires of hearing of the time when Silvertip was a kitten, and about the wasps who built inside my shutters, I think you may care to hear also. He wants me to be sure to tell how the baby swift tumbled down the chimney into his bedroom, and wishes you might have seen it in the little nest we made. When I tell these tales to him, I have great trouble in ending them, for there is never a time when he does not ask, "And what did he do then, mother?" But I am telling you as much as I can of how everything happened, and if there was more which I did not see and cannot describe, you will have to make up the rest to suit yourselves. Besides, you know, there is always much which one cannot see or hear, but which one knows is happening somewhere in this beautiful great world. The birds do not stop living and working and loving when they leave us for the sunny south, and above us, around us, and even under our feet many things are done which we cannot see. As we become better acquainted with the little people who live in our dooryards, we shall see more and more interesting things, and I wish you might all grow to be like my little boy, who is never lonely or in need of a playmate so long as a caterpillar or a grasshopper is in sight. See how many tiny neighbors you have around you, and how much you can learn about them. Then you will find your own dooryard as interesting as mine, and know that there are playmates everywhere. Your friend, Clara D. Pierson. Stanton, Michigan, October 30, 1902. Chapter 1 Silvertip. A very small, wet, and hungry kitten pattered up and down a boardwalk one cold and rainy night. His fur was so soaked that it dripped water when he moved, and his poor little pink cushioned paws splashed more water up from the puddly boards every time he stepped. His tail looked like a wet wisp of fur, and his little round face was very sad. "Meow," he said. "Meow, meow." He heard somebody coming up the street. "I will follow that gentleman," he thought, "and I will cry so that he will be sorry for me and give me a home." When this person came nearer, he saw that it was not a gentleman at all, but a lady who could hardly keep from being blown away. He could not have seen her, except that cat's eyes can see in the dark. "Meow," said the kitten. "Meow, meow." "Poor little pussy," said a voice above him. "Poor little pussy. But you must not come with me." "Meow," answered he, and trotted right along after her. He was a kitten who was not easily discouraged. He rubbed up against her foot and made her stop for fear of stepping on him. Then he felt himself gently lifted up and put aside. He scrambled back and rubbed against her other foot. And so it was for more than 2 blocks. The lady, as he always called her afterward, kept pushing him gently to one side, and he kept scrambling back. Sometimes she even had to stand quite still for fear of stepping on him. "Meow," said the kitten, and he made up his mind that anybody who spoke so kindly to a strange kitten would be a good mistress. "I will stick to her," he said to himself. "I don't care how many times she pushes me away. I will scramble back." When they turned in at a gate, he saw a big house ahead of him with many windows brightly lighted, and another light on the porch. "I like that home," he said to himself. "I will slip through the door when she opens it." But after she had turned the key in the door, she pushed him back and closed the screen between them. Then he heard her say, "Poor little pussy, I want to take you in, but we have agreed not to adopt another cat." Then she closed the door. He wanted to explain that he was not really a cat, only a little kitten, but he had no chance to say anything, so he waited outside and thought and cried. He did not know that the lady and her husband feared that cats would eat the many birds who nested in the trees on the lawn. He thought it very hard luck for a tiny kitten to be left out in the cold rain while the lady was reading by a blazing great fire. He did not know that as she sat by the fire she thought about him instead of her book, for she loved little kittens and found it hard to leave any out in the street alone. While he was thinking and crying, a tall gentleman with a black beard and twinkling brown eyes came striding up to the brightly lighted porch. "Well, Pussycat," said the gentleman, and took a bunch of shining, jingling things out of his pocket, and stuck one of them into a little hole in the door and turned it. Then the door swung open, and the gentleman, who was trying to close his umbrella and shake off the rain, called first to the lady and then to the kitten. "Oh, Clara," he cried, "come to see this poor little kitten. Here, kitty, kitty, kitty. I know you want to see him. Here, kitty, kitty, kitty. I should have thought you would have heard him crying. Here, kitty."
Sample complete. Ready to continue?